Prabhuji, I'm making you host.
Sure, Mataji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome to our final day in this 18-day course. And a big kudos and congratulations to all of you for sticking through and listening to Krishna's message for all 18 days. Okay, a huge haribol to all of you. So let's begin the final chapter, or Moksha Sannyasa Yoga. Okay, the perfection of renunciation. Om Jnanatimirandasya Gnananjanashalakya Chakshurunmitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadayam Dadanti Svapadantakam. He Krishna Karana Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishamana Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swaminate Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyat Deshutarane. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्ता वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna everybody, welcome to the 18th day, and chapter 18 is titled Moksha Sannyasa Yoga. Okay, so it's like the summary of the entire Bhagavad Gita. Krishna is going to tell us every single thing in chapter number 18. But before we jump into chapter number 18, can anybody summarize chapter number 17? What was chapter number 17 about? Who remembers?
We spoke about giving out of three types of like charity, giving out of goodness, giving out of ignorance, and the the sattvic, rajas, and tamas, like out of ignorance, passion, and goodness. And then we learned about Om Tat Sat, where again we give to the supreme truth without any attachments. And
you've completed everything, and Krishna spoke Arjun's first question of the yesterday's chapter. Okay, everything you covered everything, Mataji. Absolutely wonderful. Okay, the first three verses Krishna spoke about something. You remember what that is? He spoke about the three kinds of.
I mean, we spoke about worship where we spoke about agoris also, like where we have to worship the ultimate, and people who worship the demigods come in the middle level like that.
Right. So what is that? Three kinds of devotional service. Based on what? Your answer is absolutely perfect. Based on what, Mataji, if you remember? Why do those three kinds of devotional service appear?
Because of faith, right? I mean,
that distinction in faith. You're right. You're absolutely correct. That distinction in faith. Why does it appear? Because of. You've already told the answer.
Ignorance.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, because they do not have faith in scriptures. So they do have faith, but they deviate from scriptures.
Yeah, you're all answering the question. Absolutely perfect. But what is the basis for that division? It is based on. Yes, thank you, Priya Mataji. Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. That is the three modes of material nature. Yep. Thank you so much. So let's move on. Yes, sorry, Prabhu, you saying something? Hare Krishna.
Goodness, is that goodness? Ignorance?
Yeah, goodness, passion, and ignorance. That is the three modes of material nature.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. So let's move into chapter 18. Who wants to try reciting the first verse? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, please go ahead.
Arjuna vacha sannyasaya mahabharata tattvam ichchami veditum tyagasya cha harsikesa vartha kesine sudana. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. So what is Arjuna saying here? He's saying, "Oh mighty armed one, okay, Mahabaho, mighty armed one, I wish to understand the purpose of renunciation, Tyaga, the renounced order of life, sannyasa, O killer of the Kesi demon, Rishikesha." Okay, I'll move on to the next verse on purpose, because now I want you all to answer how many different names did Arjun use to address Krishna in only the previous verse. Don't check. Okay, by whatever you remembered, how many different names did Arjun use?
Rishikesha.
Yeah, Rishikesha was one. What was the other? Rishikesha is the master of the senses, the controller of the senses, Rishikesha. Yes, Keshi Shudana. And what else? Madhava, and one more. One more name.
Mahabaho.
Haribol Mataji. Yes, he called Krishna, "Oh mighty armed one." Okay, so 4 different names in one verse. He uses 4 different names. So moving on. Second verse. Hare Krishna, let's try reciting this verse. Go ahead, Sadhana Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Hare Krishna everyone. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Kamayanam Karmanam Nyasam Sannyas Kavayo Viduhu Sarva Karma Phala Tyagam Prahustyagam Vichakshanaha.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you so much. So what is Lord Krishna saying? The Supreme Lord said to give up the results of all activities. Okay, just pay attention to what Lord Krishna is saying here. He says to give up the results of all activities is called renunciation or tyaga. This is called sacrifice. What is sacrifice? To give up the results. Okay, the actual meaning of the word tyaga or renunciation. What does it mean? It's to give up all results. Renunciation means to give up the results of all activities. It's called renunciation by the wise. And that state is called the renounced order of life or sannyasa by great learned men. So what is the difference between tyaga and sannyasa from this verse? Who can answer? It's clear. It's right in front of you. Okay, I want you to put it in your own words and tell me. What do you mean? Yeah.
Tyag is a particular thing, a thing is there, but sannyasi is a process, a whole process.
Absolutely. Like?
Like suppose I am doing something, I'm meditating one day. One day I'm doing it, it is a thing, but I am meditating on a purpose, like on certain year or something like that is sannyasi.
Absolutely perfect. Thank you, Mataji. So, and yes, the answers in the chat box. Yes, Shubha Mataji, that answer, that's a very good answer as well. Tyag is to give up the results, and sannyasa is a state of detachment. So wonderful answers, all of you. All of your answers are right. Rahul Prabhu as well, all of you. Sarita Mataji, thank you. So moving on. Some learned men declare that all kinds of fruitive activity should be given up, but there are yet other sages who maintain that acts of sacrifice, charity, and penance should never be abandoned. Why? See, all fruitive activities, they're saying give it up. But some people are saying sacrifice, charity, and penance. They should never be abandoned. Why? I want your understanding. Yes, Mataji?
Yeah, Prabhuji, because that is what leads to the liberation. If we stop doing this, how will one get liberated?
Okay, that's a wonderful answer. Yes. Anybody else? Any other answers?
It can be a 3 pillars of reaching to Krishna.
Very nice. Very nice answers. All of your answers, very nice. Yeah. This is the divine practices. So thank you. It's great to see that, you all have a very deep and a great understanding of Lord Krishna's messages so far. So moving on. Okay, all of your answers are right. Everything is right. There's no need of correction there. Why? Because what does Krishna say? You need to work. Who remembers what Lord Krishna says? He says, working is better than just not doing anything. Just working is also better. That's why you're not supposed to give up. Hare Krishna, who wants to recite this verse?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, please go ahead.
यज्ञान तपः कर्म न त्याज्यं कार्यमेव तत् यज्ञोदानं तपश्चैव पावनानि मनीषिष्याणाम्.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, thank you so much. So what does Krishna say? Acts of sacrifice, charity, and penance are not to be given up, but should be performed. Indeed, sacrifice, charity, and penance purify even the great souls. Yes, Soham Prabhu, your answer at the end, very nice, because these three things, this purify the soul. Okay? So why? All of those activities are very important. They lead you closer to Krishna. And how do they lead you closer to Krishna? By gradually purifying you. That's why, what is Lord Krishna saying? Don't give them up and say, I'm going to give up everything. That kind of giving up of everything is called foolish renunciation. It's incomplete, Krishna says. Hare Krishna, who wants to recite this verse?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, please go ahead.
एतानि अपि तु कर्माणि सङ्गं त्याक्त्वा फलानि च कर्तव्यानीति मे पार्थ निश्चितं मातम् उत्तमम्.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, thank you. So what is Krishna saying? All these activities should be performed without any expectation of result. They should be performed as a matter of duty, or son of Rita. That is my final opinion. What activities? These activities. Sacrifice, charity, penance. You don't say that, oh, I gave this up, so I need to get this. Okay, and charity, oh, I'm giving this person this, so I hope, I want this from them. Nothing. No expectations at all. You're supposed to do it. Why? Because Krishna is emphasizing on the same thing again, because it's your duty to perform that activity. And if it's your duty to perform that activity, you're not supposed to expect anything out of it, because it's just your duty and you're doing only your duty. Okay, so so this is what each of the this is what each of the verses focus on. Not doing your duty, okay? Not doing your prescribed duty because of illusion means you're in the mode of ignorance. Means what? You're always, you're just pushing it away. And you're like, this doesn't make sense. It's too, I don't want to do this. This doesn't suit me. This doesn't do that. This doesn't do this. All of this is ignorance. Then comes the mode of passion, where you run away from problems because it gets too difficult. Why? Because it's asking you to step out of your comfort zone. And you don't want to do it because it's outside your comfort zone. Okay, that is called working in the mode of passion. And what is working in the mode of goodness? Okay, you're doing your duty because it is your prescribed duty. And it's your responsibility to complete that action. So you're doing it no matter what. So Krishna continues saying, O mighty armed Arjuna, learn from me of the 5 factors which bring about the accomplishment of all action. These are declared in Sankhya philosophy to be the place of action, the performer, the senses, the endeavor, and ultimately the super soul. Okay. What are the 5 factors? Place of action, the performer, the senses, the endeavor, and ultimately the super soul. Okay, what does Krishna mean by this? Okay, place of action, where that action is being performed. Okay, Battle of Kurukshetra was, between the Pandavas and the Kauravas was holy. Why? Because evil was getting wiped out. And where was it being done? In the holy land of Kurukshetra, place of action. The performer, the Pandavas, pure devotees of the Lord. Okay, the performers, it's very, very important. The performers also matter. And then the senses, all of their senses were controlled. Okay, their senses, they weren't they weren't there to satisfy or gratify their own senses like Duryodhana and the Kauravas. They were there fighting on the side of Dharma. They were doing it because it was their duty. Okay, the endeavor as well. Why? Why were they hell-bent on fighting? Because it was their duty to get back what they deserved. Okay, So the endeavor. And because they did all of this, Krishna ultimately blessed them, and he was on their side, and he made sure that they won the war. So ultimately, the super soul, ultimately, Krishna is always the final factor. He is always deciding factor. Okay. So moving on.
Prabhuji, I have a query.
Yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji, what is the difference between this shlok and there's also shlok Karmanya Vadhikaraste
Karmanya
Maphaleshu?
Vadhikaraste is the do your duty, okay, without being attached to it. 2.47. Do your duty. Karmanya Vadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala heturvur. That one, right? 2.47.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that is do your duty without any attachment to the results. And this shloka talks about how all actions culminate in Krishna. Everything. Okay, Mataji?
Okay, Prabhuji, thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So moving on. Therefore, one who thinks himself the only doer, not considering the 5 factors, is certainly not very intelligent, cannot see things as they are. Why? Because all of the 5 factors are important. The senses, the performer, the place of action, the endeavor, and of course, ultimately the super soul. Without these, okay, only thinking that, oh, I am the performer of the activities is foolish. Okay, it doesn't make sense. Knowledge, the object of knowledge, and the knower are the 3 factors which motivate action. The senses, the work, and the doer comprise a threefold basis of action. Okay, so what is Krishna saying here? Object of knowledge and the knower are the 3 factors. Okay, knowledge, object of knowledge, and the knower. 13th chapter. Who remembers Jnana? Vijnana. Okay, object of knowledge, Jnayam, and the knower. What is the knower called? Who remembers? Who remembers what is the knower called?
Super soul, Prabhuji?
Yeah, I'm looking for the Sanskrit name of the knower of the field of
Okay.
activities. What is he called?
Kshetragya. No.
Haribol. Yes, Kshetrajna. Okay, that is what Krishna said. Okay, knowledge, the object of knowledge. Okay, that is Jnana, Neyam, Kshetrajna are the 3 factors which motivate action. Why is Krishna saying that? Because, okay, the knower. Okay, who is the knower? As the soul is the knower. Of course, there is a Paramashetrajna or Krishna who knows everything. Okay, Krishna says, I am the super soul and I know everything in every single body. But, okay, for you in your body, okay, of course, Krishna is present and Krishna knows everything. On a little, okay, one level below, it comes ours, okay, or the souls. So, let's talk about that. What does Krishna mean by this verse? He says, 3 factors which motivate action. Why? Because the soul, okay, because of the soul has certain set of desires from the mind. Okay, the mind has certain set of desires, and because of those desires, the soul, okay, is inclined towards it. And because that inclination happens, okay, why does that inclination happen? Because you are thinking of it. Your mind is constantly thinking of it. So only knowledge about a particular thing makes you want to do it. Okay, or your curiosity or your intention to learn about it. That's why you're drawn towards it. So these 2 things are there. And what is the object of knowledge? Object of knowledge is Gneyam, or knowing that the Paramatma or super soul is the cause of all causes. Okay? So knowing that the super soul is the cause of all causes is very important, because you can think and you can will for a lot of things. Okay? But until Krishna's sanction is present, you cannot perform any kind of action. Okay? And the senses, the work, and the doer comprise the threefold basis of action. So what is Krishna saying? See, your senses, okay? Why? Because your senses only want that gratification. Any kind of action, okay, it is always because the senses want some kind of gratification. 99% of the times it is sense gratificatory activities. And then whatever work you're doing, and the doer, because you are doing that work, you are entangled with whatever the result of that work is. So moving on. Okay. From, you can actually do this. The next set of slides, okay, will show that it will help you decide. You don't have to reveal, you don't have to say anything. It's a self-assessment. You can only keep it for yourself. You don't have to tell anybody. You don't have to share. Only if you're willing to share, you can share if you feel like. But there's no, there's You don't know compulsion. You don't have to share if you don't want to share. It's absolutely fine. But now Krishna is going to talk about the different kinds of people, okay, in the different kinds of modes. So you can see in which mode you all are in, okay. So three kinds of knowledge based on the modes of material nature. So Krishna starts off, okay. That knowledge by which one undivided spiritual nature is seen in all existences, undivided in the divided, is knowledge in the mode of goodness. Okay, why? What does Krishna mean by undivided in the divided? Before we go on grading ourselves, can anybody explain? What does undivided in the divided mean? What is Krishna saying by this verse?
Prabhuji, undivided means suppose someone is performing any spiritual activity.
Uh-huh.
We all are leading to one path. Our goal is same. Suppose but our path can be different. But in that sense, we are undivided because we have to reach to Krishna and we have to. So that's why we are undivided.
Haribol, yes, that's a very, very thoughtful answer. That's very nice. And yes, Rahul
No,
Prabhu, another beautiful answer. Yes.
I couldn't get it,
No
Prabhuji. Can you
problem,
again
Mataji.
simplify it, please?
So
Yeah.
what Krishna here says, in all existences, that knowledge, by which one undivided spiritual nature is seen in all existences. Undivided in the divided is knowledge in the mode of goodness. So when Krishna is saying undivided in the divided, what does he mean undivided in the divided?
By divided does he mean the different forms like humans, animals, nature, plants like that?
Yes.
And undivided maybe himself.
Perfect. I've already gotten a set of beautiful answers in the chat box. Yes, Mataji, can you elaborate on that? What do you mean? Undivided means himself. You're right. After that, why is he calling himself undivided? What does that mean?
Because he is the Paramatma and we all are just specks of him in different forms.
Absolutely perfect. That was the key word I was looking for. Okay, Paramatma. And so wonderful. Why does Krishna say undivided in the divided? Because you see Paramatma in all the living entities. Okay, in the chat box already Soham Prabhu and Rahul Prabhu had answered. Very good answers. So moving on. Okay, that knowledge by which, okay, you can go back to grading yourselves now. Okay, that knowledge by which a different type of living entity is seen to be dwelling in different bodies is knowledge in the mode of passion. You're differentiating on the basis of body, race, type, color, caste, creed, religion, and all of these things. Then, and that knowledge by which one is attached to one kind of work as the all in all without knowledge of the truth and which is very meager is said to be in the mode of darkness. You're just doing something, okay, saying it is the best without any reasoning, without any goal, without, without any solid background for it. And there might come a point because you'll lose interest, it'll die down, and then you'll stop working. So that is the mode of darkness. Okay, if you're in the mode of goodness, you can grade yourself 3. If it's a mode of passion, you can grade yourself 2. If it's a mode of ignorance, you can grade yourself 1. So moving on. 3 kinds of action based on the modes of material nature. Okay. As for actions, that action in accordance with duty, which is performed without attachment, without love or hate, by one who has renounced fruitive results is called action in the mode of goodness. But action performed with great effort by one seeking to gratify his desires and which is enacted from a sense of false ego is called action in the mode of passion. Okay, and that action performed in ignorance and delusion without consideration of future bondage or consequences, which inflicts injury and is impractical, is said to be action in the mode of ignorance. Again, same grading system. And now Krishna talks about the 3 kinds of workers based on the modes of material nature. Okay, the worker who is free from all material attachments and false ego, who is enthusiastic and resolute and indifferent to success or failure, is a worker in the mode of goodness. But that worker who is attached to the fruits of his labor and who passionately wants to enjoy them, who is greedy, envious, and impure, moved by happiness and distress, is the worker in the mode of passion. Okay, and that worker who is always engaged in work against the injunction of the scripture, who is materialistic, obstinate, cheating, and expert in insulting others, lazy, always morose, and procrastinating, is a worker in the mode of ignorance. Now, three kinds of intelligence is based on the modes of material nature. Okay. So, O son of Pritha, that understanding by which one knows what ought to be done and what ought not to be done, what is to be feared and what is not to be feared, what is binding and what is liberating, that understanding is established in the mode of goodness. Then, and that understanding which cannot distinguish between the religious way of life and the irreligious, between action that should be done and action that should not be done, that imperfect understanding of son of Pritha is in the mode of passion. That understanding which considers irreligion to be religion and religion to be irreligion under the spell of illusion and darkness and strives always in the wrong direction, O Partha, is in the mode of ignorance. With three kinds of determinations based on the modes of material nature. See how much Krishna is going on and on and on. You know, all of the possible qualities that we humans possess, Krishna is talking about all of them. And people say the Bhagavad Gita is not a life manual and Bhagavad Gita is not applicable in today's world. Bhagavad Gita was spoken to Arjuna because Krishna knew what would happen to today's world. Okay, Arjuna was not procrastinating. Arjuna wasn't lazy. Arjuna didn't have all of these issues. Bhagavad Gita was spoken to Arjuna for our benefit. Arjuna didn't have any of these issues. The greatest warrior of all time. Yeah, why would he have issues? O son of Pritha, that determination which is unbreakable, which is sustained with steadfastness by yoga practice and thus controls the mind and the acts of the senses, is in the mode of goodness. And that determination which holds fast to fruitive result in religion, economic development, and sense gratification is of the nature of passion, O Arjuna. And that determination which cannot go beyond dreaming, fearfulness, lamentation, moroseness, and illusion, such unintelligent determination is in the mode of darkness. Okay? Three kinds of happiness based on the modes of material nature. Now, this happiness can also be described according to what mode you're in, your happiness, okay? What kind of qualities that you possess are also divided into three modes. Based on the mode you're in, okay, your qualities also appear in a similar way. That which in the beginning may be just like poison, but at the end is just like nectar and which awakens one to self-realization, is said to be happiness in the mode of goodness. Why is this happiness in the mode of goodness? And these are the kind of activities from which all of us usually run away from, okay? Why? Because nobody wants to step out of their comfort zone. And that happiness, which is derived from contact of the senses with their objects and which appears like nectar at first but poison at the end, is said to be of the nature of passion. And that happiness which is blind to self-realization, which is delusion from beginning to end, and which arises from sleep, laziness, and illusion, is said to be of the nature of ignorance. People who sleep for 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours a day, okay, and they're so happy because they slept for so long, this is their happiness. This is the mode that which they function in. Yeah, that's why they say you're supposed to be an early riser. It brings about laziness. Lethargy starts creeping in the longer you stay in bed. So, I don't know. Where do you all grade yourselves? If you want to share, you can share the number. Or if you don't want, you don't have to share. We'll move ahead. Just take, 1 or 2 minutes, grade yourselves, and show me a thumbs up if you all are done, and we can move ahead. Yeah, been a while. Okay. I hope all of you have graded yourselves. No problem, Mataji. Even I am near 6 or even lower than that. Okay, we all make mistakes, and we're here to make ourselves better. Because Krishna helps us, guides us, and shows us the better path. Okay, so moving on. Oh, son of Pritha, that determination. Okay, we were just talking about all of this, correct? Which is unbreakable, which is sustained with steadfastness by yoga practice, and which thus controls the activities of the mind, life, and senses, is the determination in the mode of goodness. Okay, we were discussing about this. Why? Why is that kind of determination unbreakable? Because why? What is the key word in this verse? It's the same verse that we're repeating and we're going through again, but what is Krishna saying here? What is the key word in this verse? Why does that determination steadfast? Why doesn't it break?
Because Krishna is helping us in our
Absolutely.
way.
So what is the key word
Yes.
that Krishna has used here? What is the word? It's right here. It's sorry, Mataji.
Surrender.
Surrender in this verse. In this verse, he's used this word. It's right in front of you on the screen. What is that word?
Unbreakable.
Unbreakable.
Come on, let's be a little more. Let's not climb so
Determination.
high up. Sorry.
Determination.
No. Krishna means what?
Steadfastness.
No, there's the word that has Krishna in it. Come on.
Oh, goodness.
No.
Rishikesha, which controls the activities of the mind.
Okay, we don't have to go all the way to Rishikesha, Mataji. Here, on the screen in front of you, there's a word which has something related to Krishna. Sorry?
Partha.
No, not Partha. That's Pritha. That's the son of Pritha. Pritha is, Kunti Devi. No problem,
Arjuna.
Mataji.
Yoga.
Yes. What does the word yoga mean?
Linking ourselves with Lord Supreme.
Absolutely. Linking ourselves. The connection with the Lord is called yoga. That is the full form of the word yoga. So why is it unbreakable? Because of yoga practice. And what does this yoga mean? Connection with Krishna. That's why this determination becomes unbreakable. So now, 4 kind of ashramas based on the modes of material nature. Okay. Hare Krishna, who wants to try reciting this verse, 18.42? The 42nd verse of the 18th chapter.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I
Hare
want to
Krishna,
try.
Mataji. Please go ahead.
Samudasam tapa shobam santur arjamam ivaka janam vijanam asti kayam brahma karma swabhavajam.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you so much. What is Krishna saying? Peacefulness, self-control, austerity, purity, tolerance, honesty, wisdom, knowledge, and religiousness. These are the qualities by which the Brahmanas work. Okay? There are the 4 kinds of varnas. We spoke about this in chapter 4. Okay? And these varnas, how do these varnas come? They're based on the qualities, not based on birth. They don't come based on birth. They come based on the qualities that one possesses after taking birth, okay, and after growing up. So a Brahmin son does not necessarily have to be a Brahmin, okay? It's the same for everybody else. A Shudra son doesn't necessarily have to be a Shudra. A Shudra son can be a Brahmin if he or she has the qualities of a Brahmana. And if the Brahmana's child has the qualities of a Shudra, then it's a Shudra. It's not a Brahmana. Okay? So the division is not based on birth. It's based on the qualities that we possess. So Krishna's division of society was always pitch perfect. There was no discrimination. It was we like fools who believed the Portuguese and the Britishers and the Mughals and all these kind of people, and we came up with these nonsensical divisions. Okay, so Krishna's divisions were always perfect. It was based on qualities, not based on birth. Okay, now the 43rd verse, Hare Krishna. Who wants to recite the 43rd verse?
Hare Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, please go ahead.
Chauram tejo dhritiraksham yude chapa palayanam dhanamishwara bhavachakrat kratam karma swabhavajam.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. What is Krishna saying here? Heroism, power, determination, resourcefulness, courage in battle, generosity, and leadership are the qualities of work for the Kshatriyas. If these are the qualities that a person possesses, then he or she is considered to be a Kshatriya, not by birth. Krishna is repeating the qualities. He didn't say, you're the son of a Kshatriya, so you are a Kshatriya. He never said that. You great warrior. Why is Krishna not always saying, oh Arjuna, you're born in the he said, yes, you're born in the lineage of the Bharat, okay, of Bharat Maharaj, but what did he keep on saying? Oh great warrior, Arjuna, oh Dhananjaya, okay, oh Savyasachin. These were the terms Krishna used to address Arjun. Why? Because qualities matter. That is what makes you who you are, not where you're born. That division was made by these fools of modern society, not by the Lord. Okay, and people don't understand Krishna's Varnashrama system. Okay, and they come up with their own interpretations. And I hope all of you are filling up your attendance forms. It's been posted by a number of times by Shubhra Mataji. So thank you, Shubhra Mataji. So please fill up your attendance forms. Hare Krishna. And Shani Mataji, Soham Prabhu has answered your question. Wonderful. Okay. See, this is the advantage of having devotee association. Why? Because you can all help each other. So moving on. 44th verse. Hare Krishna, who wants to try reciting this verse?
May I, Prabhuji?
Please, Mataji, go ahead. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Rishi Goraksha Vanidyam Vaishya Karma Swabhavajam Paricharyatmakam Karma Shudrasyapi Swabhavajam.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you. So what is Lord Krishna saying? Farming, cattle raising, and business are the quality of the work for the Vaishyas. And for the Shudras, there is labor and service to others. If these are the qualities you possess, you're a Vaishya, and these are the qualities you possess, you're a Shudra. These are the qualities for a Kshatriya and that for a Brahmana. So whatever qualities you possess, you belong to that category. Nobody is born into anything. Okay? Hare Krishna, who wants to try reciting this verse?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, please go ahead.
Yat pravati bhutanam yena sarvam idam tatam swakarmana samabacham siddhim vinanti manava.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, thank you so much. What is Lord Krishna saying? By worship of the Lord, who is the source of all beings and who is all pervading, man can, in the performance of his own duty, attain perfection. How can man attain perfection? By centering his activities around Krishna. How can a Brahmana be perfect? By spreading knowledge of Krishna. How can a Kshatriya be perfect? By doing his duty as a king, as a warrior on the battlefield in his kingdom, as a service for Lord Krishna. How can a Vaishya be of use to Krishna? Okay, raising those cattle in the right way. Okay, and doing your business and offering whatever you make to the Lord. Okay, giving it back to Krishna. We are just custodians. Krishna is the true owner. Always remember that. We're just custodians. Krishna is the true owner. Okay, we have to return back what's his. And giving his back whatever belongs to him. And as Shudras, you're working, doing your duty, okay? Because it's your responsibility to do your duty. And that kind of work is being done only because You know it is your responsibility and you're doing it only to satisfy the Lord, giving up all attachment to the results. These kind of people belonging to any class of society, it doesn't matter. They are called perfect. Why? They attain perfection. Why? Because they go move closer and closer to Krishna. Hare Krishna, who wants to try reciting the next verse? Nobody?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Shreyan Sodha.
Two of you came in and both of you went silent.
Yeah, go ahead, Mataji.
Yes, Nana Mataji, please go ahead. Shanma Prabhu, looks like Nana Mataji is having audio issues. Can you please
Okay.
recite the verse
Shall
for us?
I try, Prabhuji?
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah. Shreyan Swadharmo Vigunam Paradharmata Swanistata Swabhaviniyata Karma Kuranopati Kilbisham. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. What is Krishna saying? It is better to engage in one's own occupation, even though one may perform it imperfectly, than to accept others' occupation and perform it perfectly. Prescribed duties according to one's nature are never affected by sinful reactions. Okay, you're always supposed to do your duty. What is Krishna saying? Don't try and mimic others. Saying, oh, I will do his duty better than him, I will do it much more better. No. If you have a certain set, you have a certain set of duties to perform, just perform them first and do it properly. Okay, you don't have to imitate anybody else. So one can obtain the results, okay, of renunciation simply by self-control and by becoming unattached to material things and disregarding material enjoyments. That is the highest perfectional stage of renunciation. How can you obtain the results of renunciation? A, self-control, and B, being unattached to material things. That's it. That is more than enough. And that Krishna says is the highest stage of, renunciation, of perfection. Hare Krishna, who wants to try reciting verse number 54? A very important verse.
May I, Prabhuji?
Please go ahead, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma Na Shochati Na Kankshati Sama Sarveshu Bhuteshu Madbhaktim Labhate Param.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you so much. So what does Krishna say here? One who is thus transcendently situated at once realizes the Supreme Brahman. He never laments, okay? Nor desires, na sochati, na kankshati. Okay, to have anything. He is equally disposed to every living entity, and that state he attains pure devotional service unto me. Okay, mat bhaktim labate param. Okay, why mat bhaktim labate param? Why pure devotional service? Because you're not differentiating between anybody and anything. You are seeing the common in everything. That is what? What is common in everything? Super Soul, Lord Krishna, is present as a Paramatma. Yes, thank you, Mataji. Okay, as the Paramatma. Okay, that is common. Every living entity has that in common. Be it a cockroach, be it an ant, be it a human, be it a dog, lion, tiger, eagle, crow, pigeon, whatever it is. Everybody has what in common? Lord Krishna as Paramatma is present. Okay, and when you stop differentiating, okay, that Krishna says, these kind of people perform pure devotional service. Okay, and to move to that stage of purity, how do we move to that stage of purity? By performing our duties and by respecting what Krishna has given us. Okay, and once we start fulfilling them, Krishna will automatically start opening doors and he'll show us the path to reach him. You don't have to prematurely ever give up anything. That is also very, very dangerous. Krishna says premature renunciation, incomplete renunciation leads to what? Fall down. We all have seen the story of Bharat Maharaj. Okay. All beautiful verses from here. Hare Krishna, who wants to try reciting this one? Important and beautiful verses.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, please go ahead.
Bhaktya mam abhijanati yavan yasya chasmi tatvatah tato mam tatvato gyatva vishate tat anantaram.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare
Thank you so
Krishna.
much. So what is Lord Krishna saying? Says one can understand the Supreme Personality as he is only by devotional service. What is the only way to understand Krishna? Not performing that sacrifice, this sacrifice. No. How? Devotional service. Bhakti. Bhakti is the only way to reach Krishna. And when one is in full consciousness of the Supreme Lord, by such devotion, he can enter into the kingdom of God. The only way to Krishna is through love and devotion. There is no other way. And how can this love and devotion develop? Constant chanting of the Harinam. It will automatically develop after that. Krishna himself will open, okay, multifold. Hare Krishna, who wants to recite the next verse?
May I, Prabhuji?
Please go ahead, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. सर्वकर्माण्य अपि सदा कुर्वाणो व्यापाश्रयः मत्प्रसादाद् अवाप्नोति शाश्वतं पदम् अव्ययम्.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you so much. So what is Lord Krishna saying? Though engaged in all kinds of activities, my devotee under my protection reaches the eternal and imperishable abode by my grace. Sarva karmani api sada. Okay, you're doing all kinds of karmas, all kinds of activities. Okay. So, but still, okay, Krishna says, my devotee. Okay, why my devotee under? What is the importance of becoming Krishna's devotee? Because you have Krishna's protection. And with Krishna's protection, you can reach anything and achieve anything. Everything is possible. Okay, he'll pull you out of situations and he'll put you in situations that you would have never ever dreamt of. That is Krishna's mercy. See, this in the end, so subtly he puts it. He says, they come there, they attain what they want. My eternal and imperishable abode by my grace. Only by Krishna's mercy we can attain all of it. Hare Krishna. Who wants to recite this one? Just please try reciting, because very, very important that you start reciting. It's, purification of Bhagavad Gita. Just mere listening of Bhagavad Gita is also, very purifying. So saying the verses out loud, no matter the tune, is also very important.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, please go ahead.
Vacheta Sharva Durgani Prasadadari Yashyati Vichitotva Mahamkaran Shroyasi Virang Yakshasi.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So, if you become conscious of me, you will pass over all obstacles of conditional life. Matchitta sarva durgani mat prasada tarishyasi. Okay, if matchitta, conscious of me, be conscious of me, you will pass over sarva durgani, all obstacles of conditional life by my grace. Mat prasada tarishyasi. Okay. If, however, you do not work in such consciousness but act through false ego, not hearing me, you will be lost. Okay. Nashtroyasi vinakshasi. Are lost. If you don't work according to Krishna's instructions, Krishna is not going to say, oh, you'll go to hell. You'll get lost. It's like trying to travel. Okay, you're deep inside a forest and you're trying to figure out which way is north without opening the compass. How will you know which way is north? Okay, if it's a dense forest, that has a canopy on top, you won't even know from where sunlight is creeping in. So this material world is that kind of place. And if you're not moving according to Krishna's instructions, then you will not, Krishna is not going to punish you, but you'll just be lost. And you'll be wandering here. What happens if you get lost in a forest? You keep wandering in the same place and you keep making circles and you reach nowhere. That's what happens to us also. Keep making circles in this material world and we can't exit it. So that's why it's very, very important that we follow Krishna's instructions. He's given it to us, okay? So clear in black and white, and we still don't want to listen to it. Okay, another beautiful verse, okay, that Lord Krishna says, Hare Krishna. Who wants to try reciting this one?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, please go ahead.
ईश्वरः सर्वभूतानां हृद्देशेऽर्जुन तिष्ठति ब्रह्मायां सर्वभूतानि यन्त्रारूढानि मया.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, thank you
Hare
so
Krishna.
much. What is Krishna saying? The Supreme Lord is situated in everyone's heart, O Arjuna, and is directing the wanderings of all living entities who are seated as on a machine made of material energy. Why machine made of material energy? Because what is the body made of? The gross body, the 5 elements, earth, water, air, ether, and fire, consisting of mind, intelligence, and false ego. This is what we are made of, material body. Okay, and this material body is a machine. Okay, and inside that machine sits the soul, which is the driving force. This is the engine for this entire machine. Okay, and the super soul or Krishna is the fuel to get this engine moving and get this vehicle moving, machine moving in the right direction. Otherwise, it'll keep malfunctioning again and again. Hare Krishna, who wants to try reciting this verse?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, please go ahead.
तमेव शरणं गच्छ शरभावेन भारत तत्प्रसादात् परामं शान्तिं स्थानमं प्रयस्यसि शाश्वतम्.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, thank you so much. So what does Krishna say? O son of Bharata, surrender unto him utterly. By his grace you will attain transcendental peace in the supreme and eternal abode. The key word, the most important thing that you do is surrender. Why is surrender so important? Anybody? Why is surrender so important? Krishna even in the 4th chapter says Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti kriyayam dhyanena tattva darshana Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. Why is he saying surrender unto the spiritual master there also? And here also he says surrender unto me. Why doesn't he just say just listen to me? Why is he saying surrender? What is the importance of surrendering to Krishna?
While surrendering, we are leaving all the things to Krishna. Which if I am doing it, I am like a pro version of divine. Matlab, I am become spiritual. It is, I think, most difficult, or I can call it the easiest path thing, but we are not able to do it. Like he's telling us to surrender all the things without like pros, cons, everything put aside, and like we should put all the things to Krishna.
Haribol Mataji, beautifully explained. Yes, wonderful. Thank you so much. So, what is the importance of surrender? Like Mataji just explained, surrender means you are giving up everything to Krishna, and you're saying, Krishna, my life is under your control, and it's your responsibility to take care of me. Trust me, start doing that, and see how much Krishna reciprocates. Okay. At the same time, you also have to do something for Krishna. And what can we do for Krishna? We can't do anything for Krishna. Krishna has everything under the sun. Okay, even over and above the sun. And only thing that we can do is call out to Krishna with love, okay, and devotion. Perform devotional service and pray to him, okay, with pure love and devotion. That is the only thing we can do for Krishna. And yes, so on Prabhu and Shubha Mataji. Perfect, okay. End our cycle of birth and death, and like Prabhu says, it'll, because all of these mistakes that we make is because of false ego. It's because of false identification, saying, I'm the body, I am the doer. Okay, all of these things go away with surrender because you say I'm an eternal part and parcel of the Lord and I'm just an instrument, okay? And then in the hands of the Lord. Nimitta matram, just an instrument. Hare Krishna. So now Lord Krishna is concluding. Who wants to try reciting this verse? It's coming. The climax is getting closer. This is one of the most beautiful verses of the Bhagavad Gita, one of my personal favorites. Hare Krishna. Who wants to try reciting? Go ahead, Mataji. Please. Hare Krishna.
Itite itite jnanamakhyatam bhuva
Yad. Please go ahead. Guyad Guyataram.
yataram maya vimishyet tasheshena yathekshisi tadha kuru.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you so much. What is Lord Krishna saying here? So this, okay, just look at the gravity of this verse. Okay, thus I've explained to you the most confidential of all knowledge. Guhyat Guhyataram Maya, okay? Okay, the most confidential. Deliberate on this fully, okay? And then do what you wish to do. This is the beauty of Lord Krishna's message, and this is the beauty of Sanatan Dharma, okay? This is how Lord Krishna leaves things. He does not force things onto us like we have seen in modern times. There is no, there's nobody's coming and, uh, shoving something down your throat saying you have to do this. Otherwise you're wrong, you're this, you're that. There's nothing like that. Clearly Krishna is saying, okay, I have given you all possible knowledge under the sun, Arjun. Okay, oh great warrior, oh best of the Kurus, I have given you everything. Okay, deliberate on this fully, and then you do whatever you wish to do. No force. Krishna has given us all this. Okay, close to 600 verses. Okay, Krishna speaks of 478 to 530-ish verses. I'm not getting the exact number, but yeah. Okay, so much of message. And finally, at the end of it, what does he say? You do whatever. I have told you everything, but it's your choice. You want to follow or you don't want to follow. It's completely up to you. No force. He never thrusts anything down anybody's throat. He always says it's your wish. Okay, you can do whatever you wish like doing. That's why Krishna has given us something called the mind and the intelligence and free will, saying, look, I have given you knowledge. I have given you the intelligence also to decide between what is right and what is wrong. And I have given you free will. Okay, whether you want to do this or whether whether you want to shy away from it, it's completely up to you. I have given you everything possible at your disposal. Now, how you make use of it is up to you.
I wanted to ask something.
Please go ahead, Mataji.
What I was, please correct me. Like what I understood from this verse is like I have got many choices, unlimited choices, but at the end I have got only one choices. Like
See,
to
that is, yeah, like
that I have a lot of things like and I can do things, but only one choice is there. Like main thing is I have to reach to Krishna. That was the thing, and that only I understood. Please correct me.
absolutely perfect. That is what Krishna is also saying. But it depends on the person, the receiver of the message, how you choose to interpret it. So Krishna is saying, this is the only way. But if you say that I don't want to follow this, then it's up to you. You can do all kinds of things, but at the end, you have to come back here. There is no other way out. So now, finally, after Lord Krishna speaking from verse number 2 till verse number 60, okay, verse number 72, okay, now Arjun speaks in the 73rd verse, and he says what? Hare Krishna, who wants to try reciting this verse?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, please go ahead.
Arjun Vaja Nasto Moha Smritir Labada Tattva Prasada Dan Maya स्थित स्थितो स्थितो रस समी संदेह करिष्यते वचनं तव.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you so much. What is Lord Krishna? What is Arjuna saying? He says, my dear Krishna, okay, oh infallible one Achyuta, my illusion is now gone. Okay, Nashto Moha, illusion is now Nashta, it's gone. I have regained my memory by your mercy and I am now firm and free from doubt and am prepared to act according to your instructions, O Supreme Lord. Arjun is ready to fight. Arjun understood this Bhagavad Gita in 45 minutes. Okay. This complete conversation happened in only 45 minutes and Arjun was ready to fight in 45 minutes. That was all he needed. And now Krishna speaks again. Okay, Hare Krishna. Who wants to try reciting this verse?
May I, Prabhuji?
Please go ahead, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
मन्मना भव मद्भक्तो मद्याजी मां नमस्कुरु माम एवेष्यसि सत्यं ते प्रतिजाने प्रियोसि मे.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you so much. What is Lord Krishna saying? Always think of me and become my devotee. Worship me and offer your homage unto me. Thus, you will come to me without fail. I promise you this because you are my very dear friend. Manmana bhava madbhakto. Just become my devotee. Think of me. Worship me. Okay. Krishna is repeating this instruction again. He's saying, this is all you have to do and you will come back to me, Arjuna. You don't have to do anything else. Okay. This is all that you have to do. Why? Because you're my dear friend and this is the greatest secret. Okay. I am telling you this. Do it and you will come back. You don't need to do anything else. And the image that you see on the right is our dear deities, Sri Radha Govinda from the Mangalore temple in ISKCON Mangalore, who gave Namnishta Prabhu, the message to start this online Bhagavad Gita course of 18 days. Okay. So it's all thanks to, Sri Radha Govinda that we are all here through the mercy of Sri Radha Govinda and His Grace Namanishta Das Prabhu that we've come this far. Okay. And now Krishna speaks one of the most powerful verses again of the Bhagavad Gita. Hare Krishna, who wants to try reciting this?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, please go ahead.
सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य माम् एकं शरणं व्रज अहं त्वं सर्वपापेभ्यो मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, thank you so much. So what is Lord Krishna saying? Abandon all varieties of religions, sarva dharman parityajya, and just surrender unto me, mam ekam sharanam vraja. Okay? Okay, and I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. No need of any kind of fear. Don't have to perform. Don't have to do anything else. Just surrender to me, Arjuna. That is more than enough. Why? Because he is the supreme personality of Godhead, the creator, the maintainer, the destroyer, the seed-giving father. Everything that you can possibly think of, it is Lord Krishna himself. That's why he says, surrender unto me and there is nothing else required. Hare Krishna, who wants to try reciting this verse?
I have one question, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
With respect to dharma, what is it exactly?
Dharma means beauty. Okay, dharma means the exact definition of the word dharma, you could say, is doing, your values. For example, the dharma of sugar is that it is supposed to be sweet. If sugar is not sweet, sugar is not following its dharma. The dharma of a chili is supposed to be spicy. If a chili is not spicy, it's not following its dharma. Make sense, Mataji?
No, Prabhuji, I didn't get it.
Sarva dharman, okay? All varieties of religion, all kinds of practices. How do I put this? Okay, so you can say, now, for example, there's a person, okay? For example, let's take a doctor, okay, by profession. What is a doctor's duty? A doctor's duty is to treat patients, okay? Not sit and figure out what is the financial background of the patient and then decide to take care of the patient and treat the patient only if that patient has enough money. That is not the dharma of a doctor. What is as a duty, as your duty, your values, your core instinct as a doctor? What is a doctor supposed to do? A doctor is supposed to treat a patient because it's the doctor's duty to treat a patient. Okay, and then it's the judge's duty in a court to pass those verdicts. He can't say, oh, that is my brother or that is my sister, so I'm not going to pass a verdict. Cannot say that. Your duty according to the scriptures, okay, and according to your profession, whatever you have chosen, that duty is your dharma. Arjuna's dharma as a kshatriya, as a warrior, was to fight, okay, because warriors are made to fight in the battlefield. They can't shy away from it. Okay, so a soldier's dharma is to fight on the border, not show sympathy towards his opponent, okay, or the enemy territory. Similarly for a doctor, similarly for a judge, similarly for anybody in any profession. Make sense, Mataji?
Prabhuji, he says dharman parityajya, means quit all the dharma.
All kinds, yeah. So so what does Krishna mean by saying sarva dharman parityajya? Okay, here the word dharma is being used to, dharma is the way of life. Okay, your way of life. And what is here dharma? Okay, like how karma has different meanings in different sentences. Here dharma is being used to signify religions. Okay, religions means what? The way you lead life. Okay, that is called a religion. Okay, what is a religion? The set of principles that you choose to follow to lead your particular life is called a religion. So Krishna is saying abandon all those kinds of things. Okay, saying, oh, I have to do this yagna, I have to walk around this thing, I have to go here, I have to go there. You don't have to do anything. Abandon all of that things and just surrender unto me. That is what here dharma is being used as the synonym for religion. Okay, or the way of life.
Okay, Prabhu. Got it.
It's clear now?
Thank you so much. Yes, it's very clear.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So moving on. Hare Krishna. Now another important message of the Bhagavad Gita, okay? Krishna speaks again. Very, very important. Hare Krishna, who wants to recite this verse?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, please go ahead.
Idam te nat paskaya na bhaktaya kadachana na cha shushave vachyam na cha mam yo bhaya sujati.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you so much. So what is Krishna saying? This confidential knowledge may not be explained to those who are not austere or devoted or engaged in devotional service, nor to one who is envious of me. So you don't have to go and thrust it down people's throat. Because not everybody, Krishna is not cheap. Okay? Krishna is not cheap. He's not something that you can buy off from the shelf or pick up from the shelf of a store. It's not possible. Everybody does not have the punya and the mercy to understand who Krishna is. Okay, you should try telling them who Krishna is for their own benefit, but if they choose not to understand, never travel down that path. Because Krishna says, don't talk about me or my glories or my true nature in front of these kind of people, because they will never understand. Okay, and defaming the Lord, okay, it'll lead. Why is Krishna saying that? Because he doesn't want us to, put ourselves in uncomfortable situations. Because after you knowing so much about Krishna, somebody comes and defames Krishna in front of you, you won't stay quiet. Why do you have to get into unnecessary situations, unnecessary, places and waste your energy in unnecessary things? So try telling them, but if people don't want to listen, you don't have to force them. Just let it be. Hare Krishna. Another important verse.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
But when people preach, they're actually forcing people, or telling people to join the devotional service. So how does it?
Yeah, so forcing somebody and telling somebody the benefits, preaching is where you're trying to, make people aware of the benefits. Okay? Where this is what, these exalted devotees do. They preach so that everybody else also understands who Krishna is and they understand the benefit of being associated with the Supreme Lord. Okay, but forcing is when, there are, okay, uh, there are few sects of people say that if you don't follow or you don't say what we do, you'll be killed. That is called forceful. Is it clear, Mataji?
Yeah, Prabhuji, like people how they convert into different religion. That conversion is also comes under forcing.
Well, conversion comes under forcing if these people, okay, are doing it without their will. If they're doing it by their will, then it's not forceful. If somebody puts a gun at your head and says convert right now, then that's forceful. Otherwise, you're doing it by your own will, then it's not forceful.
So spreading the word of Krishna is
It's
preaching.
very important. It's very important. Why? Because this verse only speaks about it. I'll come back to your question. Okay, let's just go through this verse.
Right, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Hare Krishna. Who wants to recite this verse?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Please go ahead.
Ya idam param guhyam madbhakteshvabhidhayasyati bhaktimai param kritva me vaishyat sanshaya.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you so much. So, what does Krishna say? For one who explains the supreme secret to the devotees, devotional service is guaranteed, and at the end, he will come back to me. Okay, so what? See, Mataji, coming back to your question. Okay, Krishna is merciful, but the devotees, Srila Prabhupada, okay, devotees of the Lord are even more merciful. That's why they said the only way to approach Krishna is through his devotees. Okay, Krishna is a little strict, but his devotees are even kinder than Krishna. Okay, they're even more merciful than the Lord himself. They're ready to accept, they're ready to do anything. Srila Prabhupada at the age of 70 had no reason to travel all the way from, Vrindavan. He was in the comfort of Vrindavan, and he left Vrindavan all the way to go to Boston and then New York City. Why? To deliver people. Okay, this is the mood of a true devotee. Why? Because they don't want to be the only ones benefiting from what Lord Krishna is saying. Okay, they want everybody else also to benefit from the message of the Lord, and that's why they go on and spread. Okay, but see, Srila Prabhupada also, he was preaching, so that's the difference between a preacher and a missionary or a converter. People convert. Okay, these why when they convert, what happens? Because they're forcing people, or they're trying to show, they're trying to show economic benefits, or that benefit, this benefit, and they're getting people to convert. That is forceful, and that is that is trickery. You're not supposed to do something like that. Srila Prabhupada never did anything like that. He just went there in Boston, in Central Park. He sat all by himself on a chair and chanted, and people started accumulating around him. Because why? That is the power of the holy name. You don't have to force people, okay? Krishna's name automatically draws people to you. And speaking about him, the true devotees of the Lord, they will always come to you. And here, what does Krishna say? Explaining the secret to true devotees is important, not to every Tom, Dick, and Harry. Hope your question's answered, Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Okay. The next verse, Hare Krishna, who wants to recite verse number 69? We're already 15 minutes past time. I'm so sorry for
Hare
exceeding.
Krishna.
Okay, we're
Hare
coming to the
Krishna.
end. Yes, please, Mataji, go ahead.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Ya idam paramam guhyam madbhakteshva abhidhasyati bhakti mai param kritva mam evashya tat yat asanshayah. Sorry, I didn't read it well.
No problem. So there is no servant in this world more dear to me than he, nor will there ever be one more dear. So what is Lord Krishna saying? Okay. One who is the most dearest to Lord Krishna, one who spreads his message to the devotees of the Lord is the most dearest to the Lord. Yeah? Hare Krishna, who wants to recite the next verse?
Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, please go ahead.
अध्येष्यते अध्येष्यते च य इमं धर्मं धर्मयं संवादमवेदयो ज्ञानयज्ञेन तेनावस्ताव सयामीति मे मतिः.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you so much. What is Lord Krishna saying? And I declare that he who studies the sacred conversation worships me by his intelligence. The conversation between Krishna and Arjuna is considered very sacred. Why? Because Krishna reveals all the secrets. Hare Krishna, anybody wants to try reciting the next verse?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, please go ahead.
Shraddhavananasuyascha shrunuyadapi yo naraha sopi mukta shubhan lokan prapnuyat punya karmanam.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
What does Krishna say? And one who listens with faith and without envy becomes free from sinful reaction and attains the planets where the pious dwell. Just by listening to this conversation of Krishna and Arjuna without having any bit of envy towards Krishna or Arjuna in your heart, you will get elevated to the higher planetary systems. And then Sanjaya said, thus I've heard the conversation of two great souls, Krishna and Arjuna, and so wonderful is that message that my hair is standing on end. By the mercy of Vyasa, I've heard these most confidential talks directly from the master of all mysticism, Krishna, who was speaking personally to Arjuna. O King, as I repeatedly recall this wondrous and holy dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna, I take pleasure being thrilled at every moment. Other than Arjuna, another person completely understood the message of the Gita, and that was Sanjaya. Dhritarashtra heard it, but there was no use. Sanjaya took every single ounce of information that Lord Krishna was giving out. And, O King, when I remember the wonderful form of Lord Krishna, I am struck with even greater wonder, and I rejoice again and again. Because what can be more beautiful than the form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna? Okay, nothing comes close. The last and final verse. Okay, if all of you can unmute and chant this verse together, it would be greater. Yeah, Hare Krishna. Everybody, yeah, yeah. Thank you. Go ahead.
Yatra yogeshwara
Krishno
yatra
Yatra
parthadhanurधरः
Tatra
tatra
Vijayo
Vijayo Bhutir
Nirdhuvani
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you so much. So what does Sanjaya say at the end? Wherever there is Krishna, the master of all mystics, Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna. And wherever there is Arjuna, okay, Yatra Partho Dhanurdhara, the supreme archer, there will also certainly be opulence. Tatra Shri Vijayo Bhutir, okay? There will certainly be opulence, victory, Vijayo, extraordinary power, okay? And morality, that is my opinion. Sanjaya also, before the war has even started, by the end of this conversation, he concludes what? Okay, that Krishna and Arjuna, if they are on one side, that side is sure to win. O King, there is no hope for you and your sons. So that's it. It's Bhagavad Gita by